Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am so glad to be back after months of disappearance yet again. But today I want to do something a bit more chill and do a little sit down video with you guys, or like an updated get to know me tag or mini slash life update. So I genuinely don't have a script for this video, so I'm hoping that I don't say what I don't need to say and that I don't make this video longer than it has to be. Also, I do apologize for the light at the back. If it's distracting, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I kind of need it. Shooting with natural lighting today. So we're just hoping for the best. It's not very sunny, but it's doing its job. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because the last time I did a get to know me tag was 4 years ago, and I have moved twice since then, and obviously I have grown and a lot of things has happened. So I just kind of wanted to come on here since you guys subscribe to me. I think it's only fair that you guys know like surface details of me, and I'm pretty sure I did take that video down. I'm not too sure. I really didn't like how the lighting looked on that video. It was making me look a bit gray, but I didn't know any better. I mean, that was my first ever YouTube video that I liked enough to post. So yeah, let's get into it. For those who are new here, my name is Emanuela. I am Congolese born, South African raised. I was born in the DRC, Kinshasa, and I moved to South Africa when I was 2 years old. I lived there up until I was 19. After high school, during the pandemic, we decided to move back to my home country, which is the DRC. So we moved back to DRC Congo right after the flights were open again. So we took like one of the first flights that were flying internationally back home. And I did make a video about how it was living in Kinshasa. I had a series a couple years back called Living in Kinshasa. For those who have been subscribers, you guys would obviously know about that series, Living in Kinshasa. I really loved shooting that because as I was showing you guys my country of birth, I was also learning a lot because I had not grown up there. So there was still a lot of things that I had to learn, as well as like culture shock that I had to go through living in South Africa the entirety of my life. At the time, it was a lot that I had to adjust to moving back to Congo because it was just very, very different. I was in the DRC for about 2 years and some change. I was glad I was able to spend that time in Congo because I learned so much. I learned an entire language, and I just felt like being Congolese, it was very important for me to go back to my roots. I loved being back home. If I felt like I was at home, I really did feel like I was at home. And it was just hard sometimes for me to adjust because at the same time I felt like I was home, I kind of felt like I didn't fit in and I didn't belong because I didn't know most of the culture. I didn't know the language fluently. So those 2 years really helped me out. It really helped me out, and I'm glad I was able to take that time. So yeah, after being in the DRC, I then moved to the US. For those who are not new, you guys would have known from a bunch of my videos on my channel that I give you guys every 3 months. So yeah, and upon moving here, my life has changed drastically. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. So yes, I did get engaged. How long? I think roughly a year into me being in the US, I engaged to the love of my life. Hopefully you guys will see him on this channel one day. I don't think so, like don't quote me on that, because he is not very camera savvy. Like he doesn't like being in front of the camera as much as I do, and I won't force him to because I don't want to make him uncomfortable. But if ever there's a day or there comes an opportunity where he feels comfortable enough to come in front of the camera, I will. But as you guys know, this is not turning into a couples channel. It's still my channel. Like I'm not doing all that. So If you guys thought that's what it was gonna be, I'm so sorry to inform you that that is not what it's gonna be. So I'm 22, by the way. I didn't think I said my age. For those who are new here, I'm 22, and I am in school currently. I am in STEM. I am studying web applications programming, and so far it has been a very interesting ride. I feel like I'm in a very male dominated field, and since then it has been really hard for me to make friends because a lot of the people in my class are male. It's been hard for me to make friends because I am finding it very difficult sometimes to connect to the people that look like me in the US, because I feel like there's like a rift between us. And I saw this video on TikTok, I might insert it, but she was basically talking about how she's African and she moved to the US and she was finding it hard to connect to other Black people because she felt that there was like a rift between the two cultures. Like African culture and Black American culture is so different. And you know, it's ever since then I feel like I'm finding it difficult to put what I feel in words, but hopefully that TikTok video will summarize everything.
I don't feel like I've ever fit in. I was born in Nigeria and I moved to the United States when I was 8. And any immigrant will tell you how challenging it is as a kid moving to the US. Because in the US, the way you can get along is by fitting in. I had an accent, I had a strong accent. All the kids were always making fun of me, to where I just felt like an outsider. It wasn't until high school that I thought like, okay, I think I fit in now. I get it, I'm assimilated, I understand American culture. So I thought. I went to a predominantly white Christian private school, so I naturally gravitated towards the Black girls that were in my class. Thing is, there is not just American culture, there is Black American culture. Any African will tell you, Black American culture and African culture are two completely different cultures. I was still very much out of the picture. I didn't always get the jokes, I didn't always get the music, I didn't always get the terms. There were so many things that left me left out again. At this point, my accent was gone, so I sounded like an American. I am Black. I still didn't fit in even with other Black people. Now I was trying to assimilate and learn Black culture so I can fit in with my new Black friends. College, and the feeling still remains. I still feel like I don't actually fit in anywhere. People think I talk weird. People think I act weird. People think I think weird, because I've just been in so many different groups and types, cultures, backgrounds of people that I'm kind of a mishmash of everything. I'm finally getting used to it. I'm finally okay with it. I finally understand myself, and I appreciate the fact that I'm okay not fitting in. The place that I often fit in is with other immigrant kids of immigrants, people who understand the struggle of trying to fit in such a diverse culture.
She's speaking about an experience she had in middle school, and here I am, an adult, still like I feel the same way she felt in middle school as an adult right now. And ever since then, I feel like it has been really hard for me to make friends here in the US. A lot of the friends that I have are either completely different cultures and ethnicities, or there are people that have African descent and that are, you know, African and moved here just like me. I feel like it's much easier to connect to them because I feel like we have more in common. I'm not saying that it's difficult to be friends with people that you don't have anything in common. I feel like it's possible, but at some point there's gonna be like a clash. That's how I generally feel. On Instagram, we're asking me the story about how I met my fiance, and I'm gonna very, very briefly explain, but I want to start by prefacing this that he is not white. Like, I know a lot of people, mostly that reside in Africa, think that he's white. He's not. So I just wanted to make that clear, like put that out there, because I know that a lot of people have made comments about that, even coming from my family side, but he's not white. He is Hispanic, so he's not white. Yeah. Him and I met on the internet, and I'm not don't talk to strangers on the internet, guys. Like, don't. Like, it's very dangerous, especially in the US. Like, don't do it. It just happened to work out for me this one time, but just be very careful. Don't talk to strangers on the internet. Don't give strangers your information. Like, don't be like me, you know? It's like, sometimes it's not going to end in an engagement. I'm just saying, like, just be very careful. And I know with talking to him too, I was very careful. I tried to be as careful as I could be. I had to make sure that he was legit. And yeah, don't talk to people on the internet. We met on the internet, and we spoke at the time that we did meet, not physically, obviously. We were in different states. I was still in Georgia, and he was back here. And we started speaking very like loosely. And I think one of the things that honestly convinced me to continue talking to him, like because he was a stranger, was I we shared the same foundation in faith. um as most of you would know, I am Jesus Christ believer and follower, and he is as well. And I think that was the main thing that we bonded on, sharing our testimonies on how we came to Christ, and that kind of stuff. So that really was for me the catalyst of the relationship, I feel. And we were able to agree on that one thing. It just happens to be the most important thing in both our lives. So that's what I feel like attracted me to him. I feel like my faith is a very big pillar in my life, and it's something that I don't shy away from. It's something that I'm not ashamed of, and I make very clear. And I try my best to build relationships on that same base. I try my best to have relationships with people who are in agreement with what I believe in. And keywords is I try my best. So seeing someone, so young, I consider myself young, I don't know, but seeing someone so young that was, so sure and, about their faith was very interesting for me, because I pretty sure you all can agree with that in the world that we live in currently, it's really hard to see young people be so passionate and loud for Christ. And if you find it, it's something that you need to cherish. So that was one of the traits that I noticed in him, that he was very God-fearing. And his testimony too was amazing. I mean, we went back and forth telling each other what we felt, and our testimonies, and like this is before anything romantic happened, obviously. And through that, we were able to build a very short-lived friendship. And yeah, we spoke for a while, and one of the days I did have a dream, and I noticed his face in the dream, and it was very clear to me that it was him. And I know with me, I feel like obviously the Bible says that God can speak to us in one way or the other, through dreams or through visions, but I feel like my dream is really a way that God communicates to me very often. And I've seen it in so many situations, in so many circumstances, where he has said something to me in a dream that comes to pass in real life. And most of the time I shared with my mom, or like my best friend, but there are the people that can really say that God truly speaks to me through my dreams. And in the dream, like, it was a lot happening. Obviously, I don't think I want to disclose what happened in the dream, because I really don't want to make this video like a drag. But just to cut the story short, I saw the color of his car in the dreams, and he's gonna watch this video and he's probably gonna confirm in the comments, I don't know, maybe. And I saw the color of his car in the dream, and mind you, at this point we're like a week, and maybe not a week, but like a couple weeks into talking, and we really haven't gone into details about cars and like what color car he has. And I happened to ask him, I remember that I still have a conversation. I happened to ask him, I was like, do you perhaps drive this specific colored car? And he was like, well, from how I interpreted it, he seemed a bit like taken aback, and he was like, yeah, I do. Like, how did you know? Did we ever talk about like cars? I'm like, no, I don't think we got to that stage. And yeah, I explained everything else that happened in the dream, and he was able to confirm where he could confirm. And honestly, that is truly and genuinely how the bond became strong, was through that dream. And ever since, it's been amazing. I was able to meet him in the beginning of last year, like physically, like in person. And again, guys, don't be meeting up strangers from the internet. Like, don't do that. Please don't follow my advice. But he was real, he was legit, and the connection was as real as, I almost said in the pods, was as real as it was online in person. And I just thank God that he was able to confirm to us, you know, that we were meant to be, I feel like. And I thank God that we were able to take this step. And I'm so grateful to God because he is so amazing. Like, I will never cease to say God is so, like, he is so intentional with the things he does. Like, every time I think about how everything has planned out, how everything has turned out, it just makes so much sense. Because when I tell you, God knows what he's doing, and your job is just to be still and to trust him. Like, I again don't want to go into too many details, but everything surrounding my life the past few years has just generally been such a huge testimony, and I could only give the glory back to God, because honestly, he deserves all the glory. So yeah, just to make the story short, I know a lot of you wanted to know how that went. And he's met my dad and my parents love him. They adore him. I adore his family. They love me too. And I that's just the story that you guys were looking for. I know a lot of you were like, tell us how you met him and stuff. I honestly, I don't want to say that I never saw myself being in an interracial relationship. I just say that I never really thought about it that deeply. It was never something that I opposed, and it was also never something that I was like actively seeking. So it's just something that generally happened. And like I said, God knows what he was doing. Like, he had a plan. Like, this was his idea. So, you know, who am I? But yeah, we're both very happy together. Like I said, I don't know if he'll be popping up in the camera, maybe like once or twice, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. But yeah, that's just my life update. And I just wanted to come on here to make this very brief, short, get to know me, life update, how I met my fiance. I don't know, all that. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna title this video, because I'm just all over the place. I didn't have a script today because I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna film, but then I didn't feel like filming anymore. But then I was just like, I made a commitment, so let me just do it. So yeah, this is, I don't want to come on here and be like, guys, I'll be back. Like, this is me every week. Like, oh, every time I tell you guys that, I'm lying. Then I disappear again for 3 months. It's just, life has been very hectic, and I didn't have time to like sit down and film this type of video. But it's spring break. Hopefully you guys get this video while it's still spring break. I don't know, but I was able to have this little break and make this video for you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. In the comments, let me know if you guys want any other type of videos. I'll be glad to make them. I'm feeling more inclined to do more sit down videos. I don't want to do story times because I don't have any stories for you guys. I don't know. No. So let me know what type of videos you guys want in the comments. Let me know if you guys have any more questions in the comments. I'll be happy and glad to answer them. Thank you again for watching my video. Love you. God bless, and goodbye.